So here's the real question. How did the first clock know what time it was? Like, seriously, if no one had a clock yet, what did they set it to? A guess? A vibe? Divine intervention? Let's talk about it. Yeah, because clearly you've got 3 to 5 minutes to kill, and I've got nothing better to do. Now, first off, no one invented time. Time was already doing its thing. Moving forward, aging your face, killing your plants. You know, classic time stuff. What humans did was invent ways to measure it. Big difference. So, did someone invent the clock? Yeah, but not like one dude going, I shall now create timekeeping. It was more like a bunch of people over thousands of years slowly figuring it out, with sticks, shadows, sand, and a lot of guesswork. One of the earliest timekeeping tools was the sundial. Ancient Egyptians were using those around 1500 BC. That's basically 4,000 years ago. And what was it? A stick in the dirt. As the sun moved, the shadow moved. Boom. Time. Kind of. Was it accurate? Eh, daylight only. Cloudy days? You're out of luck. Nighttime? LOL. So, yeah, functional-ish. Then we got water clocks, like in Babylon and ancient China. You'd let water drip from one container to another and count the drips. Genius. Also very wet. By the time we hit the 13th and 14th centuries in Europe, people finally got fed up with sundials and soggy bowls. So they built mechanical clocks. Gears, weights, bells. Loud ticking sounds that annoyed the neighbors. But here's the twist. Those early clocks still didn't actually know the time. They had to be manually set. By what? You guessed it. The sun. Someone literally had to look at a sundial, then wind the gears until it matched. So no, the first clock didn't just know the time, it got told. By a shadow. Also, fun fact, the first mechanical clock with an escapement mechanism was likely built in England around 1275. Probably by some monks who just wanted to know when it was prayer time. Respect. But even then, every town had a slightly different time. Because the sun's highest point wasn't the same everywhere. So your noon could be someone else's 11:53. And no one cared. They weren't texting each other across time zones, they were chasing goats. Fast forward to the 1800s. Trains show up, and now suddenly people are like, wait, we all need to agree on what 2 p.m. is, or we're going to have metal explosions. So we get standard time and eventually Greenwich Mean Time, and then finally the atomic clock, which keeps time using vibrating cesium atoms because of course it does. Now today we've got phones, satellites, servers, all sync down to the millisecond. But the original clock, it just copied the sun. And the sun didn't care. So, how did the first clock know the time? It didn't. It looked at the sky, shrugged, and said, good enough. And now we wear that on our wrists and pretend like we're punctual. I am Matrix. Hold on. Please subscribe. I'm just some broke guy yelling about clocks at 2 in the morning. And honestly, the sundial deserves more respect. Don't let that go to waste.